Oh yeah, we are back, and I have a feeling it's gonna be a lock in the park. Anyways, we are back on the High Wizard today to do the Warlock job change quest and get some of our initial levels out of the way. And to be honest, I have been dreading making this because I hate to do quests, especially job change quests, because I just want to play the character, and I know this one is really annoying because you have to walk over this random spot on the ground. Like, you can tell from the very beginning of this quest how annoying it's gonna be. You have to walk over this invisible spot on the ground with like no background information about what it is or why it's there or like what it's useful for. If you're not a high wizard, you would never know. But yeah, so you just go in there and then you find Tits McGee over here wearing her bra and panties, but she's apparently the queen of warlocks. So you have to talk to her, and she gives you these accessories that you use to kill monsters with, and they drop a special item when you have the accessories equipped. So when you talk to the fairies, they send you to Splendid Town, which is actually not a very splendid town because they have teleports disabled, which means that I can't flywing to the portal that goes to the field map that the monsters are actually on. They decided to make you walk the long way instead of just sending you to the map or close to it. So what kind of friend would I be if I robbed you of the experience of walking to the field map with me? No, but the real reason I wanted to leave this little nature hike in here is because I wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for being so supportive of the last few uploads. It seems like everybody has really liked watching the High Wizard to Warlock leveling process, and honestly, the support has really made me want to make more of the videos more frequently, and it's actually made me enjoy the character more. Like, some people will say thanks and the likes really help me out, but realistically the way that the likes help me is it helps me stay motivated to continue making these. So many kills later, we are finally at the mob that drops the first item that we found, and basically all I would do was Quagmire and then Vert Firewall as I had gotten monsters in a straight line. Since pretty much everything aggroes you on this map, you want to make sure that you're able to stay away from them long enough to cast your spells, so Vert Firewall is good for that. And after that, I was able to take off the Bradium Golem accessory and focus exclusively on Nagas. And this is just getting the glittering glittering crystal from the Nagas. And yeah, I mean, Firewall is definitely your friend here, or Safety Wall. But yeah, this is, if you don't get lucky, it can be kind of burdensome, so make sure that you do have items for this. So all we have to do is go back and turn in the items, and they put the NPCs in the most annoying, obnoxious places possible. So there's 2 levels to Splendid Town. So you have to go up to the 2nd level and go into this random house in the corner and talk to this blue fairy, and she takes the items from you. And then you have to go to this invisible dimensional rift thing that has no visual indicator, which, kind of like the first one, will take you into the Queen's Chambers, and then you talk to this fairy over here, and she gives you items for the quest and sends you to the map. Here we are in the pre-combat room. Oh god, the wiki said this was really hard, so here we are with our pots on 2 different rows of hotkeys, just in case we need to spam it twice as fast as normal with 2 fingers. Oh god, I don't know if I'm ready. Oh god, here we go. Oh no, oh god, here we go. Oh god, I can do this. I beat Ifrit. I've cleared Endless Tower solo. Oh god, I've cleared Devil's Tower solo. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, there's so many monsters. Oh, they're doing so much damage. What do I do? Oh no. What buttons do I press? All of them? Do I pot with 2 hands or 1? Oh god, my health, my poor health. Oh god, I'm just a wizard. How am I supposed to possibly do this challenge? It's nearly impossible. Oh no, they spawned another round. Oh no, there's 2 rounds. Oh, I can't even. Oh, there's twice as many this time. Oh god, I need a. Oh god, oh no. Oh god, okay. I got it. Oh no, no, no. This is so scary, guys. I gotta quit. I don't even know what buttons I'm pressing anymore. What game is this? Am I playing Ragnarok or am I playing like Hello Kitty? I can't remember. Two hands, two hands, two hands. Two hands is definitely working out good. Two hands is good. Two hands good. Two hands good. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, okay, pourings. I think I can handle pourings. Pourings I can handle. Handle I can pourings. Oh no, no. Oh no, no. Wait, what is this? Okay, it's a pillar. Okay, I have 10 minutes. I don't know if I have enough time. This is... Why am I so sweaty? Why am I so out of breath? This is... Deep breathing. Deep breathing. Okay. Okay. Okay, good thing we brought all these pots. This would be really difficult otherwise. Oh, man. Oh, we did it. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. And then after that, we talked to this fairy, we talked to Queen Bimbo, and all of a sudden, we are a warlock. I guess we really locked their socks off. So you all know what's next. It's the leveling part, everybody's favorite. So I'm back in the low turn-in just to get some initial job levels because I didn't want to turn in my last one that I had saved up right away just to get the job levels right off because I thought it would probably be a waste of experience to get all job when you can only gain a maximum of like one level at per batch of experience, and I would get way more experience than I needed. So I just was doing some storm gusts just to get a couple job levels here. But I quickly changed my mind and went back to town, went back to Gramps, did a turn-in on Battle Manual, and went for base and job experience at first. And that only got me to about 50%-ish. And I figured I wanted to play it safe and go all base the second time, just so that I could go and equip my better gear that requires base level of 100, so Mob Scarf and Selene combo. And that let me get Jack Frost, and that made it so that I would one-shot with Jack Frost, no problem, on pretty much anything in low turn-in. So I would just teleport around, and this is something that I rarely do, but while I was leveling, I was actually messing with my skill points, putting in skill levels, and assigning it to hotkey while I was down there. And I normally don't waste my time doing that, but every single level of Jack Frost is going to make it easier for me in the long run because it's a bigger AoE and it's stronger, so a one-shot easier, so there's no chance that I wouldn't kill something, and I have a further reach with my spell each time I cast. So I'm rushing level 5 Jack Frost, and then I'm working on Frost Misty and Radius. And the way that I keep my health full is the Selene combo. I believe it gives 200 HP every time you kill a monster with it. So you just kill, as long as you're killing a bunch of monsters in one go, it'll top off your HP once you've killed them. So fast forward a little bit in the turn-in, and we're going back to Gramps to claim the rewards. I decided to go for all job experience, and because we got so many job levels from that, I was able to get Radius level 3, since I already had gotten Jack Frost level 5 by leveling, and that was because I knew I was going to be going to Magma for the remainder of the battle manual. I did not want to finish the battle manual in low turn-in because I had already gotten the bonus experience for it, and I thought Magma might be a little bit better. And Magma is pretty non-interactive for a Warlock, and this was kind of early on. This is just right away. So you can see I'm kind of just walking around and I'm taking quite a bit of damage, and I'm using quite a bit of potions compared to the low turn-in, where Selene's ribbon is really not helping me regenerate, because when a monster dies, it kind of gets like a last breath hit that hits you with the attack that it was going to do before it died. So you can still kill the monsters before they reach you, but they'll still hit you after your HP recovery would have happened from the ribbon. So you kind of kill them, recover the HP that you didn't get hit by, and then they get their last hit in after you've recovered the HP. So you end up taking some residual damage at the end of it. And the way that you get around that is by teleporting before, or like moments after you kill the mobs. So after I finished the first battle manual in Magma, I decided to get ready for mid turn-in. I thought that I had gotten strong enough just by getting the initial levels out of the way in Magma that I could take it on. And I did a little trick here where I reset my kill count timer immediately after I took the quest. And that would save me a little bit of time on my battle manual, because after I finish my first turn-in, I can just take the next quest without having to reset. Plus, it also starts my reset timer earlier, which will allow me to do another turn-in a little bit earlier than I normally would have, because normally you would just reset after you finish the first quest, and then you would just do another run. And your reset timer is about 2 or 3 hours, so any amount of extra head start you can get on it helps. And the way that I was leveling here was just with Jack Frost, and you can see that once I get my cast off and I see the damage register, I'm just fly winging right away. And that's because I know that I'm one-shotting, and when the monster dies on screen, you get credit for the count. And I'm using the Flattery Robe with Int 2, Int 2 as the enchantments, because Abyss, Icefall, and Nature Dress does not help me kill centipedes. And I know that regardless of what armor I'm using, I'll be able to one-shot the Blazers no matter what, because of the Paroka shoes and the Lacrima stick helping with my water damage. So yeah, I'm pretty much just fly winging the instant that I see the monsters take damage. Once the monster dies on screen, you get credit for the count. Plus, when I am fly winging after I see the damage hit them, I'm getting the HP leech from my Selene ribbon that I was talking about in the Magma clip. As long as I teleport the second the cast goes off, I will kill the monsters and leech the HP without taking the residual damage from the monster's, death rattle, if you will. So that's kind of the strategy for mid-TI, and I just did 2 rounds of this. So after the initial battle manual had started for the mid-TI, I actually had over half a battle manual left when I started Huperos. This clip is kind of cut in the middle of when I started there, just so that I could kind of get the feel of it and you can kind of see the general flow of how it goes. There's another technique that I wanted to explain. These are things that I'm just learning along the way, and stuff that I kind of knew before, but I'm applying it now and telling you guys about it. So if you are doing leveling this way and you're fly winging possibly before your cast bar is even done, or like immediately when your cast bar is done before you see the monster actually die, it helps if you create a party and set it to even share, because then you don't have to stick around and wait to make sure the monster is getting hit or that it dies on screen of you. If a monster dies off screen of you that you kill, then you actually don't get credit for it unless it's on even share. You don't get the experience. So make sure that if you're teleporting right after you get your skill cast off, like that, then you're getting your party is on even share. If you stick around and watch the damage hit the monster, you probably don't have to worry about it. But if you have super low HP and you need to leech up a little bit, like I'm recovering HP still with the Selene ribbon, just wing the second the cast ends and don't worry about it. The leech will still go off because when you kill the monster, you just regen the HP, and the monster doesn't have to be on screen of you for that to happen. So as long as you are killing the monster, then you're going to get the leech, and as long as you're not sticking around after you cast, you're going to have teleport immunity. So that's just a technique that I wanted to explain going into the final kind of like parts of this video. Alright, so after I finished the battle manual in Huperos, I waited a little bit to take the reset turn-in that I was talking about before, and did another round of mid-TI, again, just keeping the strategy the same, teleporting to avoid residual damage, making sure that the damage numbers are showing up, and getting credit for the kills without taking the residual damage left over after the monsters get their little death rattle in. So, that's pretty much all there is to leveling in mid-TI. I only wanted to show a shorter clip because it is something that I did, and after I finished this battle manual, I went ahead to Magma. And you can see the battle manual has extended a little bit. This is a little bit into the leveling because I wanted to demonstrate using the ability Drain Life you can use this as an alternative to having HP leech from Celine's Ribbon, and this is what I was initially thinking of when I was curious as to how Warlocks would keep their HP up. For most cases, and when you're starting off early, you'll just want to avoid the residual damage as much as you can, and you'll probably be using potions if you don't have any other form of leech. A lot of people might recommend using the Katharina von Blood. I am not a huge fan of it because it costs almost a billion zenny, or and probably more than a bill at this point. And I just think it's unnecessary because it's going to do the same thing that Celine's Ribbon is doing, where you're going to recover the HP and then you're going to take the residual damage anyway. So if you're going to go that route, you might as well be using a Celine's Ribbon instead of a Katharina von Blood, because you're going to get more magic attack out of it and all that good stuff. So I definitely think that Celine's Ribbon is the way to go. Otherwise, maybe the Survivor Circlet could still be an option. Or you can mix and match the Survivor combo. I'm just using the Paroka Shoes and the Lacrima Stick because the water damage from it is super good. And on that note, I also started to use the Abyss Dress in this clip because it one-shots the Nightmare Terrors, whereas the Icefall Dress was not cutting it. It was one-shotting everything else by a lot more than it needed to, and since there's no sense in overkilling things on a Warlock, I wanted to make sure that I was one-shotting as many things as I could, so I was focused on one-shotting the Nightmare Terrors because I was missing those last time. So I was getting a lot more experience on the second round of Magma than the first time around, just because I was one-shotting the horses the whole time. So yeah, that's pretty much leveling in Magma, and I would definitely recommend getting Drain Life to sustain, especially if you're having trouble. I mean, it can help if you're just taking damage on the front end and the HP recovery from Celine's is not cutting it, or you're still taking too much residual damage somehow. It can still be good to have Drain Life just as the insurance policy so that you don't find yourself getting too low on HP and one-shotting yourself. But that's it for me in this video. I hope you learned something, I hope you're entertained, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next installment.